All right, well, I think we can start, and we're going to have more joining us today. Quick introduction. Welcome to our Excellence Center Open House. I am your host and moderator for today, Dea Rebeltescu, Director of Communications, Romanian United Fund. It's an event organized to introduce you in our wonderful learning environment at RUF and everything that we do with this Excellence Center. This open house is here for you to provide you with information, to show you what we're doing, showcasing everything that we're offering to your children. It's for children. Not that we're not going to have adults, or that we won't have adults in the future. We hopefully we will, but this is mainly for our little ones. Welcome again, and we're going to start. I'm going to walk you real quick through our agenda for today so you know what to expect. We're going to have a quick introduction about the Excellence Center. What is the vision of it? I'm going to present you the speakers. You can already see them. They have their backgrounds in the back, and they're very present. They're very here for you. We're going to present you and give you a little overview over the math class, Cybersecurity bootcamp, computer programming, little traders, and Romanian language that it's in-house at Rocco, Chicago. We're going to have a section of Q&A, and we're going to present you the RUF opportunities and a few closing remarks. At any given point, if you don't hear me, let me know. I'm going to ask everybody to just mute yourself, and we're going to use the hand raise if we have any questions. In the chat, I'm going to encourage you to ask your questions. It's going to be easy for us to read them and see them and address them at the Q&A section. If you want to note them somewhere, you can paste them there however you would like to do, but I encourage you to use the chat for anything that you have. All right, so the Excellence and Leadership Center. It exists to empower the youth by providing accessible, high-quality learning in computer programming, stock market interest, cybersecurity, mathematics, and more. Fosters an environment that nurtures skills development and leadership qualities. What we aim is to be a catalyst in the creating future leaders who are equipped with knowledge, integrity, and a sense of community, enabling them to contribute significantly to society progress and innovation. I would like to bring somebody up front, which is Mihai Lehene. He is the RUF president. And I want to ask him, Mihai, how did it all start? Where did it start?
Hi there. Hi, everyone. And thank you for being here today. We started right at the beginning of the pandemic. Romanian United Fund's mission is to connect the Romanian diaspora, to empower our people, to empower our youth as well. And when everything sort of shut down, we were sitting at home, and I had already been teaching for seven years at the time. I taught math at the local public library, and I taught math and computer science at my daughter's school. And I thought, what a wonderful opportunity to engage the people that were staying at home and to bring our youth into the wonderful world of mathematics and computer science. And Ellie, who is here today, joined me at the time. So we started teaching our first computer class, and it literally rocked. We had so many people. It was super busy. Everybody loved it. We had lots of hours to put into it. And we blazed through our curriculum. We basically taught about 2 years worth of material in about 6 months, and we created our first game. And that was when we realized that all it takes is really a few passionate people that want to teach, that want to reach out to our kids. And that was how the whole thing started. Obviously, by investing in our youth, we are essentially investing in the future of our community. And we really wanted, first and foremost, for our own children, we wanted them to be able to tackle what the future holds, tackle these challenges, drive innovation, and obviously contribute meaningfully to our own community and to the world at large. The last reason that I want to add in here I really think that we have been able to create a community between these kids. So the byproduct of all of this teaching has been the fact that they get to know each other. They're now friends. We have, I think we have about 140 kids right now in the Chicago community that have come together as parts of various classes. They've been meeting on and off. And I really think that this, community that is being formed between them is something absolutely amazing. So if there's anybody here that is thinking about it, and deciding whether you should join or not. And by the way, this is not only Chicago. I said we have about 140 kids in Chicago, but over 200 kids have gone through the center. And I want to say we have kids in Florida and kids in Atlanta and kids in Canada that are joining, and they feel like friends. And now they've visited, and they've created there's friendships that are started. So I really think we've created something amazing. And if anybody's thinking about joining as a teacher, we'd love that too. This is something that we're definitely offering as an opportunity. So thank you so much, Dea, for the introduction. And I hope you will find that this is the right place for you and your kids.
Absolutely, Mihai. Thank you so much for this wonderful insight. And I can feel the passion. I can see the passion behind it. You've been teaching for a very, very long time and enabling actually all this into RUF. That's wonderful. All right. We're going to go over, and I'm going to tell you who else is going to be here and who else is going to be speaking today. You've already met Mihai Lehene. He's Romanian United Fund president. We also have with us Marina Ceclan. She's the director of our wonderful Excellence Center, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the cybersecurity bootcamp that she's going to prep. We have Eli Katz. He's here with us today from Chicago. Marina's here from Canada. Mihai actually is from Chicago, but he's currently in Romania. So try to keep up. We're all over the place. We have Anton Gugan, Tony, who's joining us from New York. And we're going to have Gabriela Hansa a little bit later joining us today for the Romanian language section. Without further ado, I'm going to invite our first speaker, which is Tony. Tony, how are you? How is New York?
Oh, well, it's a bit cold here today, but not cold in the heart. Anyway, so my name is Anton Gugan, okay? People call me Tony. I'm from Romania originally, okay? I have a degree in math and computer science, and I joined RUF 2 years ago, as Mihai pointed out, during the pandemic, and I've been teaching math classes since then. Here at RUF, we offer classes starting from 1st grade up to 10th grade, okay? And I want to highlight that these classes are not tutoring, they are beyond tutoring. What we are aiming for here is to sharpen their mind as far as mathematical knowledge is involved, with the declared purpose of obtaining good results during the Math Kangaroo competition. Now, for those who are not familiar with Math Kangaroo competition, takes place in spring every year. It's an international math competition. Students from all over the world join and compete. The problems they give there are hands-on problems, okay? They are not as much as mathematical Olympiad, okay? If you ever, participated in those are very tough problems, but nonetheless they are important for the education of of our kids. We covered many domains like highlighted here on the slide: number theory, counting sets, probabilities, geometry. But again, everything is from a hands-on perspective, so don't expect proofs or stuff like that, okay? There are hands-on problems here that challenge your critical thinking, that challenge your mind in general, okay? Classes take place once per week, okay? depending on the class, there are several days chosen for each class, okay? In my particular case, they are taking place from 5:30 to 6:30 Central Standard Time. I had a lot of fun with my students in the past. Some of them, I have seen them for consecutive years, and I know there is a bond between, not only between them, as Mihai highlighted, but between me and them. I look forward to see all of you. As a short reminder, our first week will be dedicated to testing. Okay, this will be the first week of October, this very first week that's coming right now. And after that, we will be offering a free class, okay, for those who are interested to have a taste of how things are done and what it's the curriculum that we are covering. I look forward to see all of you, okay, in my class, and I wish you good luck in the future. That's it from me there, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony. I wish I could do that, but I can do this like that. And you know, you guys have those little things that you can, like emojis, you can put little hearts, you can put a little clap and all of that. You have all that at your leisure, so use it, use it, use it, use it. There you go. Thank you, Claudio. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tony. And I bet your classes are fun. I don't have kids at that age yet, but when I do, if you're still around, we'll talk.
I hope so.
Thank you. All righty, let's move on. And we are going deep into the detective areas. And I'm going to ask lovely Marina Ceclan, Excellence Center Director, to join us and tell us what she's prepping for us with this boot camp.
Hi, everyone. As Dea mentioned, my name is Marina, and I have been the Excellence Center Director here at RUF for the past, I think, 2 years. I live in Canada, and I work for a non-for-profit organization that aims to equip youth, so our young ones, with the skill needed for the jobs of tomorrow, amongst other things. The organization I work for also does labor market research, and some of the things that they've discovered were very surprising for me, in the sense that they said that there'll be a high number of professionals required in cybersecurity. So many jobs available in the future. So because of the era we live in, I think that's particularly important, because everything's digitalized nowadays. Technology advances very fast, and the connectivity increases day by day. One of the critical facets to meeting the demand for cybersecurity skills is engaging and developing young talent. While there has been much effort to promote careers in STEM among students before they begin their post-secondary studies, we believe that more action is explicitly required in the promotion of opportunities in cybersecurity. That is why we thought here at RUF to add this introduction course in cybersecurity, to provide our kids with some basic knowledge, like what is cybersecurity and why is it so important? How does it help them develop digital skills? What are some basic actions that they can take to keep themselves secure online? And why not to learn about some potential career opportunities they could pursue? The format of this class will be an intensive 4 to 6 hours boot camp that will take place at a later date in October or November of this year. And I want to highlight the fact that we're offering this class entirely free to our RUF members. So if you're not a member yet, there's going to be a link posted for you in the chat where you can sign up both as a member or if you're already a member, just to join this class. And I want to conclude by leaving you with this one thought, that protecting oneself from digital security risks is no longer a nice to have skill. Our kids must fundamentally understand the threats that may target them, the value of their data, and how to protect it. Thank you so much. And I know my class doesn't sound as fun as Tony's, like with hands-on problem, but we do have, so it is an introductory course, but we do have, I'm going to give the kids a little teaser on an actual activity that's going to be practical, and that's like a detective, they're going to have to find hidden files and such. So I'm looking forward to seeing as many kids as possible in that class. Thank you, Dea.
Thank you so much, Marina. And you are absolutely right on point. We are in a digital era. So if we don't know how to protect ourselves in this world, then it's going to be a problem for the future. Thank you very much for this. Sounds exciting. Get yourself ready. Mihai's thumbs up. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, I want to encourage you to use the chat and put your questions in there. We're going to address them later. Whatever question you have, you can direct it to one of the speakers or to the moderator, which is myself, but feel free to jump on board and just whatever you want to ask us, ask away. We are here to answer at a later time. Computer programming, still in the digital world. Ellie is joining us from Chicago, and he's been with us for quite some time. Ellie, how are you? Welcome.
I'm well, Dea. Thank you. So hello, everyone. I'm Ellie, and I have been teaching computer programming through RUF since, I want to say, April 2020. So it's been a while at this point. Taught a couple of iterations of this course already, some with Mihai, some by myself, and I'm excited for this upcoming one. Outside of RUF, I used to work with Mihai, and I am a professional software developer outside of RUF. I selfishly think that my course is the most fun of all the RUF courses. And that's because we get to build a game in the end. That's the end goal for our course. We start with learning some introductory programming skills, and we build off of that base to make a game that we actually have a video on YouTube that will be shared in the chat, where you can see some of the past work we've done as a class. So we start with Khan Academy's curriculum to start learning some basic fundamental programming knowledge. And then we quickly transition from that to use these skills in a hands-on, fun, engaging way. And the students themselves get to choose what we do with the course. We've made games like old school arcade games like Galaga in the past. We've done Pac-Man, platformers like Kirby. So it's really whatever the kids are interested in and what we think is appropriate for their skill level. So unlike the math course or the language course or the other courses where you might have to take a placement test, we have no expectation in my course of any prior knowledge. We all expect everyone to come in as a beginner, a total beginner, and the course is taught as such. The Khan Academy platform is really useful for that. They have videos that you can watch over and over if you're having trouble understanding the topics, and you can review previous topics very easily. And on top of that, we are available not only in class, but also for office hours. So I'll get back to that in a second. And we learn through Khan Academy JavaScript lessons, but these skills that we learn in JavaScript aren't only applicable to JavaScript. They are general programming concepts that are useful well beyond this course. So it's stuff like basic logic, program control flow, very useful skills. So I know that these skills are new to all of the incoming students, and it might be a little tough as a result, but I truly think that all of the students can pick it up. We try to make it as digestible as possible. So one note about the course is that these skills build successively off of each other. And we learn everything together as a class, and we can't do everything individually. So we have homework that takes roughly half an hour to an hour each week to work on, to reinforce these skills so that we can all progress through the course without having to review old material and hold the course back. As a result, it's great if the parents can stay involved with their kids, if they can check on them to make sure that they do their homework, or if they need time to check in with me or Mihai or someone else who is knowledgeable in computer programming to review these skills throughout the week. We have at least 1 hour a week of a supplemental Zoom session for students to check in if they have any questions with homework. So I think the skills we learn in this class are very useful for the modern day and age. And I think that learning through making a game is a very practical, engaging way to do so. That's actually how I started learning to program back in 7th grade. I encourage anyone who's interested in this course to come to our first class this Wednesday. And the first class is free. And like I said, we don't require any previous knowledge. And back to you, Dea.
Thank you so much. Quick question before I let you off the hook. What is their reaction when they actually see the game after they built it, after they coded it, the little program thing, and they see it and play it? How do they feel?
I would say the word is captivated. They really enjoy being able to build something with their own hands and getting to see the fruits of their labor instantly. It's not, there is a very quick payoff to building these games together, and we can customize them in a matter of seconds. You can say, make a new character, and it's just a great reaction to see when these skills click and they get to make changes and to get to see the progress instantly.
Wonderful.
Yeah, don't move just yet.
Not moving.
I wanted to add a couple of words. I do think this is the most fun class, okay, because I've taken it, and my own background, as you may know, is also in computer programming. This is a fun class even for an adult, okay? This being said, the class is not easy, but we've had kids that were 8, okay, that went through the entire class and they did an amazing job. Kids get really passionate about it. We've seen it. It's really, I think, highly dependent on staying on top of your homework and making sure that the kids really do what they're assigned and they pay attention. So being a very fast-paced class, I think this is very different from what you get out there. This is the difference I wanted to make. I've looked for classes, for programming classes for my own kids for a long time. There's nothing in the market. Everybody just teaches you how to drag and drop a bunch of small gadgets and they pretend it's programming. It's not. This is a real programming class, okay? We've already changed kids' lives, okay? We have kids that have declared that they will forever be programmers because of this. They're taking highly advanced classes in high school. They're super passionate about it. They want to dedicate their life to this, okay? It's really generated something that we, really never really believed could happen, but it's true. And I think it's all in the eye of the beholder. The truth is they're gonna have to get engaged, stay on top of it. And if you think this is a future for your kid, I think this is a super fun, super fun class and a super fun future. So thank you, Ellie, for doing this for so long. You are our longest serving teacher, having started from the very, very beginning. And it was a tremendous pleasure for me to hear that you'll be again with us this year. And I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mihai. Thank you so much, Ellie. It's wonderful. This class is it kind of gets addictive at some point when you can actually see the real time and real life effects of your labor. That is wonderful. I'm going to encourage everybody to drop your questions in the chat while you have them hot right now on programming. And I'm going to take you a little bit further. And we're going to land in the traders market. And Mihai, I'm going to invite you back on here with us. You've been doing this for a very long time as a profession. Please tell us how this works and what are kids able to learn coming at the Little Traders classes.
So yeah, I think while Ellie's class is the most fun, and Tony's class is probably the one that lays the foundation for everything else, because without math we can't do programming, you can't really do trading, and obviously cybersecurity is something that's super exciting. I think Little Traders is the one class that will probably serve you well in your life, no matter what you do. Okay, so this is a class that everyone should take. And in fact, we've one of the first questions is, well, who is this class for, right? I believe this class is a good fit for people, or kids, I should say, well, people starting at 6 and going to 99 years old, right? So this class is for anyone, really. And why do I say 6 years old? That's because my son actually started trading when he was 6, and this is a true story. At the time, he had received throughout his life, he had his own piggy bank, and he had gotten $100 a year, $100 there for his birthday. He had put aside something like $2,000, which is a lot of money. And as my background was in trading, I was trading myself all the time. My background is in mathematics and in computer science. I was a former Olympiad winner at the national level when I was a kid, very passionate about programming, and then started getting into trading around at the time when I was 30 years old. And I did it professionally at the highest level on what you would call Wall Street, but I was in Chicago for about 17 years. Like I said, very, very successfully and very well. And my son saw me, and at 6, he started getting interested in it. So I took at the time, Robinhood came out, and Robinhood is a very easy platform to trade on. And I was like, well, even a kid could do this. So I gave each of my kids $1,000, and I split it in half, and I put half of it in a bank account and half of it in the trading account. And he started trading it, and he got very lucky in the beginning. Then he started playing with it, and he really enjoyed it. He was on it every day. Now, this may or may not be something that you want for your child at 6, but as he was really into it, one day he decided, he was about 7. He's like, well, Dad, can I, what's going on with my money in my bank? So we looked at the bank, and he had made 10 cents. And he looked at his trading account. He was up like $300-400. So he's like, well, can I move my money from the bank into the trading account? And then can I move my piggy bank into the trading account? So he ended up putting together about $4,000. And he started trading more actively. And he is now, he's now 13. And so he's been trading for 7 years. And I think at the peak, about 2 years ago, he was up $60,000. Now he's down to about 40. And he got really, really, truly lucky. He thinks himself is a great trader. But I wanted to say that the goal of the program, let's go over the 3 goals of the program, right? The first goal of the program is to get these kids a leg up. Okay, I have so many friends that are adults, and they don't even know much about trading or how to do it. So I really wanted our kids, our community, to benefit from this. I really think that this is something that is going to benefit them their entire life. I told these kids, I told them, when I started trading at 30 years old, I actually made a lot of mistakes. Looking back, okay, and I told them my worst mistake was right after 2007. I invested in the market, lost a bunch of money, probably more than half. And then when it came back in 2007, I got to the same level where I initially invested, and I took all my money out, and I licked my wounds, and I stayed out of the market for about 5 or 7 years. And that was the worst mistake I could have ever made, because I could have quintupled my money at the time if I had just stayed in the market. So that was my first lesson. So I told the kids, listen, I want you to make these mistakes now so you don't make them at 30. Okay, that was my first goal. My second goal was, like I said, to give them a leg up, to basically, just make sure that they're prepared for the world. And then my third goal was very selfish. I told them, listen, I know now, today, I'm very much connected with, the latest industries, the latest trends. I'm always on the lookout, trying to find out what is the next big thing. Okay. And I told them, I won't be able to do this 10, 15 years from now, but I expect you to do it. So I expect you to give me your trades. So they've already started coming back with, with ideas, and some of them are really, really cool. In fact, I'm learning from them, not as much as they learn from me, but I'm learning a little bit from them as well. And that's tremendous, given that they only spend a year with us. So these are the 3 goals of the program. The highlights, some of them are on screen. By the way, this is you see them over there. Why you should or should not invest in the stock market. But one of the first concepts that we learn in this class is compound investing. People simply, and this is true for all of us, we simply do not understand the power of compounding. People are shocked to learn that were they to invest in a 12% growth stock, okay, at 10, or let's say they invest at 6, okay, and they invest in a 12% growth stock, and they invest, I think we were doing the calculation with about $50 a month, and they keep doing it until they're 26, they would have more than $1 million. Okay, nobody really understands this. And this is our first class, and it's, the fact that the longer you stay in the market and the more you compound your money, the more likely it is that you're going to have a lot of money by the end of, even by the time you're 25, right? So this is our absolute first class. People start understanding that money do not compound linearly. They grow actually exponentially, and everybody should know what this exponential curve is. We take it heads on. We get a trading account in the first couple of, like in the second month in our second class, and then we start learning about orders, market capitalization. We start looking at trends. We start looking at technical versus fundamental analysis. What's the difference between trading and investing, and why these things are important for you to know. We end the class talking about how do we actually start a new company. And I want to make a small disclosure. We don't have a curriculum for this class. I've created the curriculum, let's put it that way. We have a curriculum for every one of our other classes. And this is a curriculum that I thought, this is something that I thought might be interested for our kids to learn. And we've had tremendous success with this class. In fact, we've had kids that were joining in the second year after the first year. They're like, we want to come back. We don't remember everything. They dropped off during the course of the second year because obviously they already knew everything. But I think they get very excited, and you want them to expose them to these things today. You want to expose them early. Last but not least, I want to talk about sort of our timeline and how many times we meet. This is a very lightweight class. Unlike all the other classes which meet weekly, this is a once per month class. Our teacher, who's been with us for 2 years now, he can no longer, he's a highly sought professional, and he's got some limitations from work. He can't even talk about, trading anymore. We found somebody else. We've also found a curriculum, so we're going to get inspired from that new curriculum this year. I may end up teaching the class, but we also have another alternative. So we don't have a set teacher just yet, but I promise it's going to be fun either way. In terms of admissions and next steps, I think there's just like in computer science, you do not come with anything beforehand. This is a basic class. It takes you from 0. The first steps as you step in are to get a trading account. So there's an expectation that your parents, if you're a child, your parents can set up a trading account for you. And then we're going to talk about good ways of how to allocate money to this trading account. So again, we meet 12 times, and it's a very interesting class because it's a hands-on investing, and these kids will benefit for their entire lives. That was it about this class, and I'm really looking forward for everyone to join us this fall.
Thank you very much, Mihai. It sounds that an adult can benefit from this class too, talking for myself, because I know I went to one of the classes. I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew a little bit about trading, and I got the basic knowledge that I needed to move on.
So we've
Not
had
to
we've
mention.
had kids come. Sometimes we ask kids that are really passionate to come to the class and do a presentation, and we've had
Mhm.
kids do a presentation on ETFs, and they rocked it. It was super awesome.
That's
So
wonderful.
sometimes you'd be surprised, what they can come up with, but it's a super cool class as well.
Oh, kids are full of resources. And to mention, the first class is free as well, just like the other ones. So you get to learn a little bit of information into the first class. Thank you very much, Mihai. Well, we came down to our last speaker of today, and I would like to welcome Gabriela Hanza. She's joining us from Chicago, and she's one of the teachers of Romanian language. At this moment, we're offering Romanian language just at the Rocco Center in Chicago. We do not have an online curriculum yet or option, but the future still there, so you never know. Gabi, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Please tell us a little bit about what you do, what are your passions, and bring us home, to Romania with the Romanian language.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Gabi. I am one of the teachers of Romanian at the Rocco Center, and I am very proud to be one of them. It is a new program we just started to teach last year, and I think that I was so excited to join this program because I speak to in Romanian at home, but kids, parents. So I realized that the school setting is going to be much better for his understanding, for the understanding of the language, and also for the absolutely fantastic benefit of having to meet children of the same, that are in the same situation, mostly Romanian children, only Romanian at home, and they become friends, and that has been for my son Luca a tremendous benefit, and he's looking forward to restart this fall. So please tell me if you still see me, because I have a little speech written here.
Yes, we can.
And,
we can see you and hear you.
That's great. Fantastic. Our classes are not just Romanian language classes, I wanted to say. They are, obviously, we teach the children how to read, how to speak, but we also teach them about our traditions. And we are really fast forwarding our cultural identity, so to speak. We want our children to know and appreciate the language, and we hope that they pass it along to the future generations, to their children. Language is maybe the most important part of our heritage, and the familial and cultural connections to it. And our children can preserve our identity through the language and also foster a sense of belonging. We hope that by coming to the center and being together and hearing from us and their parents, our children will be able to understand us, to understand our traditions, our ancestors, our history, everything along those lines. So in the past, immigrant families encouraged the use of English only for their children. Remember 100 years ago or more, when families came, they needed to integrate, and they wanted to speak only their target language, which was English for the United States. But today we understand the importance of diversity of people and languages in society. We want to show that we are proud of who we are, and keeping our language alive is of utmost importance. Science shows that learning a new language has tremendous benefits for the young brain, opening the gates for better performance in areas from music to mathematics. And last but not least, it is a very important thing that we want to do here at the Rocco Center. Taking a class, a language class, a Romanian language class at the center will enhance the children's skills necessary for the ALTA testing, one of the global seals of biliteracy, which assesses language proficiency. In our fast changing world, with so many people from so many backgrounds living and working together, being proficient in more than one language provides amazing advantages in school. Children passing this test could be able to receive high school and college credit for a foreign language. Not a small task and not a small feat, knowing how incredibly expensive college classes are here in the United States. Not only that, the need for dual speaking individual is ever increasing in settings from business to the medical fields. Children speaking a second language have definite advantages later in life as well, when they start working careers and why not in social circles. I wanted to say also to mention that our first free Romanian class will be next Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at Rocco Center. And we will have a lot of fun, and please bring your children. You won't be disappointed, and I promise you they're gonna have a lot of fun in this class. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela. I have a question for you though. How do you feel teaching Romanian language to these children when you are in that class and you teach them your language, pretty much our language? How does it feel?
I have to say that I was very nervous at the beginning, but now it's such a joy. It really is. And I feel myself brimming with excitement every time I have a class, wanting to discover about, again, not only language, but little tidbits about maybe history, traditions. And we have so many that we celebrate at the center with the children. You know, our National Day, our Christmas, which is different, our Marțișor, our Easter maybe, or you know, it's really fun, and they get very involved and very enthusiastic as well.
Superb. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabriela. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you all the speakers that spoke today, Marina, Tony, Mihai, Ellie, Gabi. Do not forget about the chat. Drop your questions. We're going to give you all the information. Also, the presentation that you see on the screen will be sent to you. A recording of this event will be sent to you. And anything that you need from us, please do not hesitate to contact us. All right? We're going to move on a little bit. And we're going to tell you a little bit about our organization, Romanian United Fund. And here, I'm going to invite back on the stage none other than the president of RUF, Mihai Lehene, the man who envisioned it, the man who had the dream about it, to tell us a bit about what is it and what are the opportunities within Romanian United Fund.
Thank you so much, Dea. I think mathematics, trading, programming, Romanian language, first of all, are mandatory for our community to really elevate itself. And Romanian language is what really keeps us together at the end of the day. But I think we really have to have in mind, how do we prepare our kids for success? And when you think about it, what Romanian United Fund is a global diaspora. It's a global community. And the Excellence Center itself is one of our programs, one of our most important programs. It's dedicated not only to keep us together, but it's dedicated to really elevate our status, empower us, empower teachers at the end of the day to make a difference and to create impact. And then ultimately dedicated for our students. It's basically contributing to their own future, preparing them to become leaders of the next generation. investing in our kids today really means having a successful community tomorrow. So I don't think there should be much question as to why we're doing this. Ultimately, we're doing it for our own kids. I'm doing it for my own kids. So it's I think we're doing it from our hearts. I want to mention that every one of our teachers for the longest time have been volunteer teachers, and every one of them have given their time away, dedicating it to our kids, to our community. And I think it's outstanding, and it really deserves applause to see Eli. Eli is not even native Romanian, but he has many Romanian friends, and he's doing it for our kids as a highly dedicated professional that is giving back to the community in general. So instead of focusing just on the Excellence Center, let's look at the global mission of what RUF is, and then what are the opportunities that you get when you connect with Romanian United Fund. Our purpose is really to empower you to get engaged, and we do that through philanthropy. Everybody knows about our programs. I think everybody knows at this point about our programs, our philanthropic programs, our donation programs, where we raise funding for various causes in Romania. We financed over 70 projects, raised almost $2.8 million, sent materials to over 900 hospitals, sent hundreds of children to camp. So you really, by joining Romanian United Fund, wherever you are, you really get access to a network of people that want to do good. Okay, and some people do good by volunteering and teaching our kids. Some people donate their time to support the organization. Others donate funding. So, and we will talk about this, when we talk about how is RUF really supported itself. But by joining Romanian United Fund, you get access to this global network. And you see here people from Canada and from Chicago and from Virginia, and we have people from Romania and from literally every state in the United States, but also from about probably 45 other countries around the world right now. We recently ran a campaign where we connected with all of these communities to support an amazing project that is called Via Transilvanica. So ultimately, I believe that our mission of creating a platform, offering programs and initiatives to strengthen our community. I think this is, I truly believe in it. I don't think there's anything that is more important than investing in our kids and in ourselves. And as we've all left Romania, pretty much everyone that is part of RUF and everyone that I know is the first generation immigrant. And I think, we've really found ourselves in this, sort of new world. And this is the one thing that unites us all. I did mention that everybody was volunteering their time. I do have to mention that today, every teacher has the option to be paid. And we are basically, today, everyone that wants to be a volunteer can choose to be a volunteer, and anyone that wants to be paid can choose to be paid. Now, where is this money coming from to pay all the teachers, to pay for all the expenses, and for our full-time employees, and a few part-time employees? It's when we get grants, sometimes we get smaller or larger grants from the Romanian government. It's been actually a successful year for us this year. We received a grant from the Department of Romanians Abroad, the RP, Departamentul Românilor de Pretutindeni, but we're never really guaranteed that we're going to receive these funds. So if you're asking how are we able to provide these services that we provide at such a big discount, such a large discount, we are able to do it partially because some of our teachers, about half of our teachers right now, are still volunteering. The other half are paid, and sometimes we get some grants. Now, I know they have another slide they would like me to go to. There it is. So before talking about these classes and how much they cost and what we offer, I'd like to talk about value, okay? Because value is really what you get when you sign up. And I've looked for my kids. I've looked at similar programs. Other similarly discounted programs for Romanian language started roughly $500 and above. And our trading class, that's a super cool class that I think would go out there for a lot of money. I haven't been able to find something similar, but generally they cost in the thousands of dollars. Our math classes are not as one comparable I can find is Russian School of Math. We're not offering the same kind of service and the same kind of intensity. So I would basically say that we're probably teaching about half as intensive math, that is as they are in RSM. They offer their classes for upwards of $2,000 nowadays. So we're evaluating our own classes at about $1,000 or above. And last year we were basically evaluating our computer classes at about $1,200. So so this is what you get, right? Classes that are worth, $500, $1,200, $2,000. Now the question comes up, and the question is like, well, what do we have to pay? Okay. And really all you have to pay is the processing fee. It takes us, just to run all the processing and everything. And we have to pay some of these services. We have employees that are processing everything. And, it's really the cost of $100 is not even covering for that. But then what does the membership? The membership is not really a payment for your class. The membership goes to support Romanian United Fund in general. Truly, this is a fraction of the value that you'd be getting, and the $25 a month is just your support for an organization that does what we do. I don't think anybody would contradict me if I said today that we are definitely a unique organization. And 4 years ago when we appeared, there was nothing like this. So we'd appreciate your membership. That's something that it offers you this discount. If you don't want to pay the membership, you can get the classes for $600. I believe that's the last number that we have enlisted. We actually have some people that are paying the full amount simply because they want to support Romanian United Fund. So that's definitely in the books. If you want to pay the full price and not pay the membership, or simply pay the membership and pay the full price, that's also available for you. And last but not least, we do offer free participation in the first class. So you get to basically see what's going on, and then you can drop off if, later on, if you don't think this is for you. I think we're a little bit over time. So I'm going to stop here and let's open it up for questions.
Thank you so much, Mihai. We're actually right good with the schedule. We're running right on time. Thank you for the presentation. Like Mihai said, you have options. All these documents, all this entire presentation will be sent to you, and you're going to have all the information. Ask your questions. We're here right now for you. And before we move on very fast to the Q&A portion, presenting you our social media platforms, please follow us. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our website, RomanianUnitedFund.org. And you can see everything that we are doing over there, and all the cool things that we're presenting, the projects we're a part of, the causes we're supporting, the people we're highlighting, everything that we have to offer. It's right out there into the world. All you got to do is just follow us on these platforms. My name is Deara Beltescu. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking time out of your time to be here. We are going to close the recording portion, and we're going to go on a free-for-all floor for you to talk with us and let us know. But thank you for being here today. Thank you for the speakers, and you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.